I just wanted to add in this little bit of footage just to give you a little bit more context on the AliExpress frames. As you can see, the Micro is fully built now, but I actually had to strip it down and rebuild it again. And the reason being is that I used the two AliExpress frames that I ordered, the black main frame, which is this one, but in black and in one piece. As you can see, this one has just fallen to bits. So I used the black AliExpress main frame and this one, which was the black AliExpress secondary frame, is what I'm calling them. Now, when I put it together, it didn't quite go together quite right. It was a little bit further apart than it should have been, and I sort of squeezed it together more than I should have done. And what happened was that this top right shoulder button here, as you look at it, was sort of clamped a little bit, so the button would depress, but it really wouldn't push back against spring pressure. It wasn't that great at doing that. So I stripped it down, and when I inspected the original Nintendo secondary frame, so the green version of this, it was actually in good condition. I sort of thought that some of these bits here had come from the secondary frame, but they hadn't. They've all actually just come from this one, which is just fallen to bits. So what I did is I rebuilt it using the black AliExpress frame, the main frame, and I reused the Nintendo secondary frame, and this thing absolutely flew together quite nice. These things are very, very densely packed, and there's no margin for error, so you need it to squeeze together naturally quite well for this thing to go together nicely. And it did do with the black AliExpress frame and the Nintendo secondary frame. Okay, so that was my experience. I thought I'd let you guys know that just in case you have a few issues yourself. But I think that with a bit of fettling, I reckon that a bit of fettling might actually get this to fit. But as it stood, my secondary frame was actually in great condition, so it was in perfect shape, so I was able to use it. So I do recommend the AliExpress frames. They're better than having no frames, and they're better than your frame looking like this. This thing's just absolutely fell to pieces over the years. Completely brittle. So my advice is, yes, go for those AliExpress frames. They will work and they will help you rebuild your Micro. I'm not sure what the manufacturing tolerances are, but they are certainly close enough to get it rebuilt, and you might have to do a bit of tweaking with this. But I just thought I'd provide you a little bit of insight. They are worth it. I think mine cost me about £15. But they're worth it. They'll get your Micro rebuilt in a pinch. So let's test this and see if it works. Spoiler alert, it does.